Sunday, I decided to. I have had Restream for forever, and I've only been using it to record video. And sometimes I don't like the way it records. So I thought this morning, while I am sitting here working on all the things, that I would just do a live as I am preparing for it. And I've got my iPad over here that is playing in my ear. So hopefully you are able to hear me. I don't know what I'm doing. Today is truly the real about entrepreneurship because I am just testing things out just to see how I like certain things. So bear with me. There is no real intention here other than for me to get outside of my comfort zone and to do a live. I don't have a real agenda, but Sunday mornings, as I've mentioned in some of my videos, is my time to get everything done. One of the things that I have mentioned is, I should say, I have, I am a mobile home investor, mobile home broker as well, and my longtime baby of Height Goddess. Yay! I have had Height Goddess for forever, and it is my baby. Okay. But the mobile home business brings in the most money. So I had to set her aside for a while for multiple reasons to figure out what I wanted to do with it. And so I am back focused on my mobile home business. I'm sorry, I'm back focused on my Height Goddess business because now I feel I'm more creative and I'm excited about it and just the voice that I have in the tall women space. So Height Goddess is a lifestyle brand for tall women. I have had that brand since 2017. And so this morning I was sitting here working on content for it. And I thought, let me just go ahead and go live and kind of talk through some things. And I am using my digital planner. So if you have not gotten the Fruition Factor action planner, you definitely want that. So that is what I use to plan out my month, my year, my week, to set all of my goals. And so Sunday morning is when I sit down and I plan out what I want to do for the week, or based off of what my goals say I should be doing is how I plan out what I should be doing for the week. And so today is that day to do that. And I also hired a coach, coaches for Height Goddess, which keeps me focused on what I want to do. And so actually I had 2 calls with both of my coaches. One of my coaches is overall specifically for Height Goddess because it was difficult. I've had Height Goddess since 2007, and finding coaches for physical product-based businesses was very hard. I feel like I've had all of them that are in the retail space or the apparel space, and I create all of my clothing from my own patterns, even though I don't know how to sew, even though I didn't know anything about manufacturing, all of those things. I created a brand for tall women clothing. I started out with jeans. I still don't know what I'm doing. My coach asked me the other day, she was like, "What kind of fabric is that dress going to be made out of?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know the names." So yeah, so I was meeting with one of my coaches the other day, and we were talking about like what I was planning to do, and I was like, "Oh, I got to make sure that I have that in my Fruition Factor daily action planner so that I can make sure that the next time we meet, and we meet on a weekly basis, that I make sure I have everything that I'm supposed to have in place done, because she ain't no joke." Okay. So what I was saying was, and I be all over the place, okay? This is probably why I don't go live often. But anyways, one of the reasons that I hired her, or I've known of her for several years, actually was going to hire her at the end of 2022, but I still didn't know what I wanted to do with Height Goddess. I started Height Goddess with jeans. That was my first item that I made, probably the hardest item to make. Cause like I was saying, I don't just, buy clothing and put my label on it. Like everything, it's my own pattern. I source my own fabrics. I source my own manufacturing, like everything, the labels, the rivets, the everything, mine, all Height Goddess. And I've done maxi dresses. I've done dress pants. I've done blouses. And I just wasn't feeling that anymore because I am not a fashion person. I don't like to put stuff together. I'm not that like creative. I'm not that person that likes to put an outfit together, if for lack of a better word. That is not who I am. And so I just didn't have the creative bug that I once had to create clothing. I was just kind of like blah. And then obviously, everybody was inside of the house and I definitely did not feel like creating. And the only thing that I was wearing even before we were all inside of the house were t-shirts and uh track suits. I actually had created I don't need, they're not even called tracksuits. Like I have on one right now. This is one that I created probably. I pulled it out of my closet this morning to remind myself, girl, you have done some things in this space. I created this in probably 2010. Yeah, this probably goes back 2010. First of all, I was surprised I could still get in it, but I created this in 2010. And I just had to remind myself that you have done things in these streets. Okay. Shout out to my girl Jessica. In these real estate streets. Definitely check her out. She's been on my channel. Big supporter. But yeah, so I had to remind myself that I had, these are things that I had created. And so I had this on. I done completely forgot where I was going with that. So yeah. But yeah, so this Sunday morning, I'm planning on my week, have my coach. So she's there specifically for my e-commerce. Okay, now I remember what I was saying. Is it was hard to find a physical product based coach when I started, and I sell direct to customer through my website heightgoddess.com. I've had it since 2007, and so it wasn't prevalent to have coaches in that space. All the coaches that I came across, they were selling digital products and that kind of thing. And there are some similarities, but there are a lot of differences, especially in the fact that I was creating a physical product and I had materials that I had to bring in and had to create samples, and you have to go through pattern making samples and all that kind of stuff. So I finally hired someone, and then I also have someone because your girl don't like social media. Okay. I am not a fan of social media, although I know YouTube is a social media channel. I do know that. However, YouTube is probably my favorite, has always been my favorite. I've known I should be on YouTube for years, but just never did it. And now I am on YouTube, and so I love it. So I hired a coach to help me with planning out my social media specifically for Height Goddess. Um, and it has been great. She has been amazing. It has helped me out. I'm so proud. I am 1 month in of consistent posting on social media for Height Goddess. Now, it hasn't translated over to YouTube yet, but it's definitely translated on Facebook and Instagram. And I did it kicking and screaming. I do have a dang it, I can't think of the name of it. I do have a what you call it account. I can't think of the name of it at the moment because now my phone is ringing. Anyways, I have another social media account that I cannot even think of because I don't have social media apps for the most part on my phone for this reason. Is that I'll get sidetracked and I got other stuff to do, whole lot more stuff to do. So I am what am I doing? I don't know if you're watching this, but I am doing a live. That is what I'm doing. So let me respond to this real quick. Let's see. So back to what I was saying. I am 1 month in of posting consistently on my social media channels for Instagram and YouTube, TikTok. That's what your girl. Did I just show my age? Because I could not think of what that social media site was. Anyways, I was kicking and screaming, and I created a TikTok account. Have not posted anything on there yet because I just need to make sure I could get consistent with Instagram and Instagram and Facebook. I have a Pinterest account, which I absolutely love Pinterest for that type of business that I have for Height Goddess. So we are ramping up to be able to do that. So I would love to know, like, what for you all, how do you guys schedule out your posts? Like, how do you come up with ideas? Do you have content pillars? Like, how do you come up with what you're going to post on social media? Please help your girl out, okay? I will say that this time around, coming up with what I'm going to post on social media has definitely been faster for me, primarily because I finally hired somebody to help me with it. I hired somebody that I felt confident that was guiding me in the right direction. I've had people to help me with social media before, but it was so if it just felt complicated and having making sure, especially for Instagram, making sure your feed was pretty and all that kind of stuff. And I just was like, oh, color blocking. And now all those kinds of things are out the window. And I'm just posting what is relevant and what I feel like, I want to do, which is a part of why I'm doing this live. But yeah, so I would love to know how you all are creating your content, not creating your content, but deciding how you plan your post out. What system are you using to plan your post out? I'm using Meta Business Suite. It's so easy. Obviously, it's free. So once I expand out to the other ones and being able to schedule the other social media platforms, then I may look at a paid platform. But right now, Meta Business Suite is doing everything that I need it to do. So yeah, so I'm just sitting here on a Sunday morning. I've got my coffee. I'm only drinking coffee on the weekends. I didn't even have any yesterday, but I'm having some today. I had my ginger turmeric cayenne pepper shot because I got this zit on my face that I needed to go away. Anywho, I digress. But yeah, so I got my coffee and I'm sitting here and I'm getting ready to plan out my content for the week. So please share with me what system you use to plan out your social media content. Please keep it as simple as possible because I don't need nothing complicated. Okay. So I hope you guys have the most amazing week in your business. I also work a full-time job, which is why Sundays are the best time for me. So for us full-time working people out there, maximize your Saturdays and your Sundays in working on your business that you say you want to grow. And go and get the Fruition Factor. I have the podcast. I was getting ready to say the Fruition Factor podcast. I have an episode that is coming out this week with my mobile home mentor, John Fedro. That is going to be coming up on my channel this week. I am really excited about that. It's actually an interview that he did with me that I'm going to be sharing on my channel. But go ahead and cop that Fruition Factor Daily Action Planner. You can get that at, I believe, fruitionfactordailyactionplanner.com, or you can also get it at therealaboutentrepreneurship.com. If you have any questions or you want to share your system for how you do your social media planning, I would love that. Drop them in the comments below. Until next time, peace. Hope you guys have an amazing Sunday and a great rest of the week. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.